All right, let's get this day going now. We do have news to bring you because today the world continues mourning the death of Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away yesterday at the age of 96. This is a live look from London where tributes are pouring in and thousands continue to gather outside Buckingham Palace.
Britain begins a 10-day mourning period in recognition of the Queen's passing as people and institutions across the globe are pausing now to reflect on Britain's longest reigning monarch and symbol of stability. As King Charles III, the Queen's oldest son, begins his first day of duties with an address to the nation.
I speak to you today with feelings of profound sorrow. Throughout her life, Her Majesty the Queen, my beloved mother, was an inspiration, an example to me and to all my family.
The King walked out and greeted crowds in front of Buckingham Palace. Did that earlier today, and he met with Britain's new Prime Minister as well.
A service of remembrance also held today at St. Paul's Cathedral, where some 2,000 people attended. Well, Queen Elizabeth II was not only Britain's longest-serving monarch, but also a global icon, a diplomat, and a steady part of people's lives for the past 7 decades.
King Charles III will now fulfill a destiny placed upon him when he was just 3 years old. That, of course, is when his mother became queen way back in 1952. NBC's Matt Bradley now has more from London tonight. And what's next with funeral plans for the Queen?
Well, it is indeed a historic and solemn day for Britons and really for people throughout the world. What we witnessed here was the new king, King Charles III, arriving from Balmoral, Scotland earlier today. He arrived not to his normal residence at Clarence House, but just around the corner at the big house, Buckingham Palace. And that's where he was greeted by throngs of people who were desperate, who were really interested to see their new king, even as they mourn the monarch who has been with them for almost all of their lives, for almost every Briton. So what we saw was an outpouring of affection in public. And in fact, one woman even reached forward and kissed the new king on the cheek. Crowds erupting into the national anthem, God Save, the now retitled God Save the King. And then we also, at a ceremony in St. Paul's Cathedral here in London, heard the first official recitation, the first playing of that song with the new title, God Save the King, with only a few different lyrics changed to accommodate the king instead of the queen. This is the first step in what is going to be 10 days of pomp and ceremony that's going to unfold all the way from the north of the country in Balmoral, Scotland, where the Queen died, down to here in London, in the south of the country where I am. The Queen's casket is going to be transported by train, and it's going to lie in state behind me in the Westminster complex before she's finally transferred to Windsor Castle, where she will be interred alongside her husband. Matt Bradley, NBC News, London.
All right, Matt, thank you very much.
I never thought about the God Save the King.
Yeah.
They have to change that. What else did you say they have to change?
Their money.
The money.
Yeah. Wherever it appears, God Save the Queen.
Right.
Now it'll be God Save the King.
Well, for those who are curious, King Charles III is 73 years old.
Yes.
Prince William would then become heir apparent, and he is 40. So
yeah,
everyone's keeping track at home.
Now, obviously, Charles waiting 70 years, we know that won't happen. He'd be 143 years old.
That won't happen.
So we're going to have another changing of the guard much sooner than that. But in the meantime, all of UK trying to get used to the new normal.
Yeah.
All right.